Welcome back to Teresa's Day. My name is Teresa, and I'm gonna try to do this video pretty quickly because my neighbors are in full force today and they just think it's really fun to just throw a ball against the wall. And I tried yelling out to them, and of course they're ignoring me now. Probably because I cursed them out that one night, but it was for good reason, I think anyway. But if things get really bad, I do have a little bit of a solution, which is what I purchased, which is a Nerf gun. So hopefully they enjoy that sound as much as I enjoy them throwing a ball against the wall. Anyway, so what we're going to be talking about today is the ACE Beauté palette, in which I will give you my spiel and bullshit in a second, but I had a very interesting thing happen today. It's not really funny or anything, it's just kind of weird. I live in a two-family house. I noticed there was a letter in the hallway, and it was addressed to somebody I've never heard of. Let's call that person John Doe. So I see, you know, John Doe, but it has my address on it. And I'm like, huh, that's weird. Never heard of that person before. And I see that the letter was open. So I'm like, fuck it, I might as well read it at this point. It was actually a very sad letter, a very long letter from a person that's currently in prison, and it looks like he's reaching out to his uncle, who they haven't talked in many years, and it looks like that's his only family member, and he just wants them to just reunite, not for money purposes, but just more of like he needs a father figure, which broke my heart. Broke my heart into a million pieces, and I was really sad because I was like, shit, first of all, why does he think this guy lives in this house? I've been living here since the dawn of time. Nobody named this person has ever lived in this house. I sure should know that for a fact. So I'm like, that's kind of weird that he chose this address. But I'm like, well, maybe he has like a block off. So there I was standing in my hallway trying to figure out where this person could potentially live. Now, my address is kind of the same number, and it's on the same number of every block in Queens. So say if there's like a 50th Street on 51st Street, it would have the same address. It's just blah, 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 50th Street, blah, 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 51st Street. It could be anybody, anywhere, anything. I don't personally know. And it's just so, it's sad because I want to be able to take this letter to that person. It's just, I have no idea where he lives. So I decided, you know what, let me Google it. Let me try to do some white pages stuff to see if I can actually find where he's living. Turns out that the guy actually in question's in his 60s. He lives in the town that I live in, but it's for like an address that's actually quite far from where I live. So I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Then I kept reading further that this person's in jail, and this person has been in jail for quite some time due to some mafia stuff. So I was like, oh, fuck. How do I push that forward? So I don't know. Anyway, I'm like, I have like this letter sitting in my hallway that I super feel bad about because, you know, this person wants to reach out to his uncle, and I don't think he realizes that his uncle is actually in prison. Oh, God. In any case, that was like the weird thing that happened today. So yeah, has that ever happened to you guys before where you just received some weird letter or something? I don't know, just that was the first time I ever got something like that. So in any case, what I'm gonna do right now is, because actually, as you can tell, I'm pretty sure you can tell right now, my eye is a little bit irritated. So I want to try to get through this review quickly because I feel like my eyeball is about to pop out of my head, which I will discuss in a few. So right now in this part of the video, I'm gonna show you some swatches along with 2 looks. I'm sorry I couldn't do 3, but I will explain why I couldn't do 3 in a moment. even know where to begin actually. All right, let me just put this down because I feel like I'm like just so violent with this. But a girl needs to have a weapon on. I can do this all day, baby. I hate having to do this, but you guys just don't fucking learn. I purchased this when Toys R Us was going out of business. Best $10 I ever spent. And I purely only did this just for the neighbors. Oh, I'm not gonna ever shoot them. Trust me, I would if I could, but this is technically not illegal doing this. ACE BEAUTÉ, right? Beauté. One of my very lovely subscribers actually phonetically pronounced, which is French, which I believe was beauté. They said something like, oh, if you ever had any kind of trouble with French or something like that, you know, just let me know, which I thought was like really sweet. The only thing I actually know in French is je suis un pain, which technically means I am bread. So I don't know how far that's gonna get me in life. If you haven't watched my first video, please feel free to check it out here. I reviewed the classical Paradise palette. This is the Slice of Paradise palette, which is, again, it's a very lovely palette. It's beautiful blue color, same kind of detail as the other palette, which I have no idea where the hell it is right now, but whatever. Now what you get in this guy, same kind of full-length mirror, the same beautiful little holographic detail along the mirror, and you get all these loud fucking shades. I'll be very honest, the only reason why I purchased this palette was for the yellow, because I'm on a quest for yellow, hashtag quest for yellow, and I was just really excited for that. I'm very pleased to say that the yellow was actually yellow. It was like vitamin water yellow. It was really, really cool. I loved it. The rest of the palette is kind of ugh for me. Like for example, these two shades are so similar, yet they look really different. Starling and Rosefinch, one's purple, one's pink. However, on the lid, they kind of look the same. Can't tell the difference, okay? This purple shade, Honeyberry, ooh, girl. I don't understand, but I'm actually gonna post a video right here. When I was placing it on my eye and then I was trying to blend it, it completely disappeared. I don't know. That was the first attempt that I had with this eyeshadow palette, and it actually kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, which really sucks because I really liked working with the palette yesterday. This blue color, Macaw, I tried it all over the lid and it's a very strong blue. I tried to pair it with this orangey passion fruit color, kind of like a little bit of like a knockoff Juvia's Place look. Yeah, that just did not work for me. So this green shade is beautiful. I love it. Fruit Dub, and this kiwi shade is really nice as well. Persimmon and passion fruit, they're both really nice. Now what I could have done is I could have just did what I did yesterday and just used these three colors and made some sort of Tahitian sunset look, but honestly I just wanted it to be a little bit different today because you saw that yesterday, and that would be expected of me to come out with this palette and just be like, bam, I did it, I'm done, because if you just use these four colors, it's gonna come out really pretty. Wanted to do something different to show you that this is the other looks that you can create with this palette. Granted, apparently when it came to this, I just didn't feel creative at all. Like it actually kind of scared me a little bit because I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna make this work? Because these are all beautiful colors, and for me, maybe it's just I'm being very stupid about it, but I was like, oh, rainbow eye. But I mean, really, how realistic is that? We don't really do rainbow eyes every day. Unless you're in a job that actually lets you do that, then I want to work for your company. Because that would be awesome. Granted, I could probably get away with it at my job, but like, you know, I see when they look at me sometimes. I know they want to call me Mimi Boback. I know they do. I fucking know it, but whatever. Both shimmer shades, Peacock and Fruit Dub, are fine. They're actually really beautiful shimmer shades with little to no fallout. They actually are, I believe, the same formula pretty much as the palette that I reviewed yesterday. The mattes have a crazy amount of fallout, just like the palette yesterday. So I would recommend totally do your eye makeup first and then do your base, because otherwise you're gonna be cleaning up a shit show, and nobody has time for that, especially in the morning. I think it could totally be me that kind of fucked it up a little bit, only because I really wanted to just try to make it work on its own without using a companion palette to go along with it. I think in hindsight, I probably should have. Only because I think I would be more happy with the looks that I created. The looks that I created today is Disney Villain Swamp Thing and Purple People Eater, so I don't really love what I did, but this was the best out of the 8 times that I did it. I'm not even joking. This was the best. This is the best that I can do just using this palette. Granted, like I said before, I'm not a makeup artist, I'm not a beauty guru, I'm just a regular schmo just like you, and you know, I bit off a little bit more than I can chew with this palette. Now, I know you're probably probably saying to yourself, oh my god, half your face is melting over here. Don't mind that. This has nothing to do with the formula whatsoever. This is because I had to use a makeup wipe 6 times on my face today, and my eye is like, okay bitch, enough's enough. I'm tired, I'm done, and I don't blame it. I put her through hell and back, and I'm just trying to get through this video. So the other thing I will say is after my 6 attempts in playing with this and such, I think the only thing that worked for me was to place the shadows. Don't blend them. If you blend them, they're just not going to work out for you. It didn't work out for me. When I blended them, they came into a muddy looking shitty mess, and I just couldn't come back from it. I had to like be like, fuck, I went too far, and I had to like wipe it off, do it all over again. And that's what was probably the most annoying thing about this whole eyeshadow palette, because of the experience I had yesterday where I'm able to blend stuff, that I would do the same thing with this, but it just did not work out that way. Granted, these are also brighter colors too, so after a while mixing a bunch of them probably looks like a brown shit mess anyway. I don't like shadows that I can't blend. It kind of gives me subculture vibes where you have to sacrifice somebody and have a blood pact with the devil and then maybe it'll work. That's what this palette was doing for me. If you're on the fence about this, unless these colors speak to you, I would totally just pass on this. This is a very pretty pigmented palette. Yes, it is. But if you're not going to really be using this very frequently, then I think you should save your money. Yeah, so I guess that's kind of about it, which is kind of a bummer because I had such a good experience with the palette yesterday. I was hoping that I would have a repeat of today, you know, and sometimes you kind of can't win them all. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to purchase from this brand again because I actually really do like the quality. I really do love supporting indie companies, so I think I am going to purchase another palette in the future. I actually want to see, they had like a red palette and a purple palette that when it comes in stock that I probably might consider purchasing. Or I think they had like a quintessential palette. One subscriber also mentioned that she owned and looked very beautiful. So I think maybe I'll check that out as well. It's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I wanted to be completely honest with you and let you know that, hey, it just did not really work for me. So I purchased this palette for $31.99. Right now, I believe it's $34.99. However, I believe it's out of stock, which I do apologize for kind of showing these videos now, especially when you cannot buy said palettes, but I'm pretty sure they'll probably be restocked shortly. With that said, this is a beautiful palette. You get a lot of beautiful colors, and if you're not afraid of color, then yeah, maybe this could work for you. But if you are someone that is only gonna probably gravitate towards one or two shades, I don't think it's worth it by any means. So if this company actually had a proper return policy, I would totally return this because it's just not worth it to me. We eat our mistakes on this channel, so I am gonna use it. I'm not completely upset that I purchased this, but I think I went a little ahead of myself being like, oh my god, that yellow, I'm gonna buy it. And then without really thinking about like, oh shit, you gotta use the other colors, you fucking dummy. And yeah, I fucked up on that one. If you are gonna buy this palette or if you have this palette and it worked for you, please let me know down below. Like, please let me know what you did to make it work. So like I say in every video, I am not a fucking professional. So of course, if you have helpful tips and tricks and all that bullshit, please let me know because this is a community here and we should all be learning from each other because at the end of the day, we just all want some good fucking makeup, right? We all just want to look good. That's it. Shit. All right. On that note, I think I'm gonna go because my eye is really hurting. And again, it's not from this makeup, so please don't think it is. It's literally my own stupidity for not being creative. On that note, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button. It's free. And hit that bell icon for notification of my future posts. And follow me on Instagram. I don't think I posted anything today. No, I didn't. But I am actually gonna be having dinner with my mom, so I'll probably have some weird Instagram story about my mom and my stepdad saying really inappropriate, disgusting things that I've been saving money to go to therapy to try to forget. All right. Anyway, on that note, I will see you little pumpkins later. Bye.